Legacy cast members Jasmine Savoy Brown and Scott Foley just gave us some updates this weekend that teases the insanity of Scream 7. Now let's get into it. Hey everybody, I'm KillJoy Jake, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Entertainment Tonight spoke with Jasmine Savoy Brown this weekend, talking a little bit about Yellow Jackets Season 3, but of course, the topic of Scream 7 popped up as well. Talking about franchise creator Kevin Williamson being at the helm of Scream yet again, Jasmine said, "Kevin has already said this, so I can say it too, Mindy is his favorite character. And so for Kevin to direct this film and for us to get to collaborate together on this iconic queer character has meant everything to me. I am honored." When asked about sharing the screen with iconic Scream actors such as Scott Foley and Matthew Lillard, the actress hesitated a little. Continuing, she says, "Oh man, I mean, like, you almost got me, but you didn't. But you actually almost got me." She goes on to say that she had a lot of fun hanging out with the actors off screen, but never confirmed any details about sharing scenes with them.
But I'll say this, I love spending time with all of them. Well, you know what? You smell like success.
Putting my bias aside here, I genuinely don't think we're going to see the return of these dead characters, although many fans believe it to be so. Had they just announced Matthew to return as Stu Macher yet again, I'd feel a little differently, but considering that they first announced that Scott Foley would be back as Roman Bridger in some capacity, I feel like something else is going on here. I guess it's arguable that Stu could still be alive, but even those on the Stu train would likely agree that a bullet to the dome will put you down if not CRT televisions, right? I don't believe that we'll be seeing Mindy face off against ghosts from the past. If she even makes it to the third act this time, that is. Speaking of Roman, Scott Foley was in an interview recently as well, where he was fingered for information. Did you like the emphasis on fingered? It's clear from his response that he's a master of dodging questions.
Is it a hallucination? Is it a dream?
Yes.
Is it his twin brother?
That's a great... Man, these are good questions. You
Give
are
it
good
up.
at what you do.
He does, however, share a story about filming for another project down in Atlanta recently and accidentally getting onto the wrong bus. Foley describes the incident by saying, "The bus driver was like, 'Scream?' And I was like, 'Yeah.' He's like, 'No. Are you going to shoot Scream?' And I was like, 'No, I did that 20 years ago.'"
He's like, this bus is for Scream actors.
This might be Scott caught in a lie here, but I'm sure whatever he's hiding behind those eyes is something we don't want to know until the film releases on February 27th of next year. He does go on to say that he's excited and flattered to be continuing Roman's legacy. Although I do believe both of these characters are dead, there's no doubt in my mind that Scott and Matthew respectively are definitely going to be playing these characters again, but maybe in some sort of dream or flashback sequence to something that happened in the past. Maybe something new is revealed about these characters as well. As a longtime Stu Macher fan, this pathway has me especially intrigued. The most exciting update in today's video, though, is a rumor floating around about Leslie Macher's character potentially being involved in the story of Scream 7. If that name sounds familiar to you, she was a character briefly mentioned in Scream 2022. In some ways, a big reveal that Stu had an unseen sister all these years. Her son Vince was technically the first victim of Richie and Amber's Requel massacre.
That's you, pretty boy!
It has many fans wondering if she'll seek revenge on Sidney Prescott in this new entry for killing her brother 30-something years ago. Because, you know, she can't really seek revenge on the people that killed her son, because they're already dead. Maybe that explains why Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega aren't in this movie. Leslie Macher isn't going after them.
Never fuck with the daughter of a serial killer.
This new theory suggests that Leslie Macher was one of Roman's accomplices, just like Billy and Stu. This could mean that if Scream 7 does do a flashback scene to before the events of the original film, we could see Leslie Macher killing alongside her brother, his friend with a bubble butt, and the director of Stab 3. Not only was she involved in the murder of Maureen Prescott, but maybe she was an accomplice during the events of Scream 3. Many Scream fans have pointed out that it doesn't make a ton of sense that Roman did all of that on his own. Spatial logic alone would suggest that there was another killer running around the mansion in the third act of that film, helping Roman the entire time. Some have suggested that Angelina Tyler was the accomplice the entire time, but this would kind of render her as just a red herring in that film. Also, making her a ghostface this entire time could sour the social commentary of Scream 3, which is in my opinion one of the strongest elements of that film. I can't say it enough on this page, but fuck John Milton. So will Leslie Macher be the big reveal in Scream 7? Well, I can certainly see actress Anna Camp playing the character, as she does bear a slight resemblance to Matthew Lillard. I think this could definitely be possible considering Scream's insatiable past of creating killers out of extended family members. It could also give us a new insight on Stu Macher, a Ghostface fans love so much they want to see him return from the dead. This could be a really inventive way of doing such a thing. As some of you who have been watching this channel for a long time now know, I'm really hoping to see the Scream franchise untether itself from the past and focus on the now. The more these sequels try to connect themselves to the past, the less value they hold in the present. Scream seems to be self-obsessed lately, and I miss the days when they would actually go all in on pointing out flaws in the popular horror trope of the time. Sure, they have some throwaway responses to the Saw movies and the elevated horror movement in different sequels, but I never felt the same sense of sarcasm that the original run had towards slasher movies. Scream really needs to stop being so obsessed with that original classic and focus on what's going on in horror right now. It always just feels like an afterthought in most of these sequels. Grow some balls, Ghostface, and make fun of your constituents. That's what you do best. Hey everybody, before we wrap up today's video, please make sure to subscribe to this page as we're just about to hit 30,000 subscribers. I'd love to hit that goal before the end of Scream 7's production. Thank you to everyone who supports this page already. If you want to keep the lights on here, please consider becoming an Art the Clown tier member here too. I'm posting weekly reviews of new horror movies for my top tier patrons to check out, as well as exclusive live streams happening every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. One more thing, I'm also streaming horror video games every day now over on my gaming channel GullGotha. Please go subscribe and help me reach 1,000 subscribers there. Also, go follow both of these kick pages because that would help me a bunch. I'm so sorry about all the shameless plugs. That's the end of the video, I promise, but I do have a few more channel updates for those who are interested. I unfortunately no longer have an address for you guys to send me stuff. I will not be able to receive things at the old address. I'm really sorry if anyone sent stuff there recently. Things have been incredibly uncertain and strange here lately. If you did send something to that address recently, let me know. I'll try to figure something out. Also, I'm probably not going to do the push-up challenge at the end of these videos anymore. I'm actually going to find time to go to the gym. That was a last-ditch effort to get people to check out the other non-Scream videos on this page, and it did not work. My last video on a big update regarding the Until Dawn movie hasn't even cracked 500 views, which is well below this channel's average. Unfortunately, I have to stick to talking about Scream for now, as that's the only thing it seems like the algorithm wants to throw out from this page. Trust me, I want to talk about more things, but I don't even know if I can move into this apartment scheduled to happen over the summer this year. I'm incredibly sorry if that's disappointing to some people. Hopefully we can get this horror channel back on track sometime soon. Thank you for your patience and understanding during this difficult time for me. What do you guys think about today's Scream 7 update? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you all again for watching. Please subscribe, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.